Let's get to tonight. Like you said, the Cowboys and the Giants at MetLife. NFL week number 4 kicks off. Of course, the Giants, Scotty, got booed out of MetLife in week number 1 when they lost to the Vikings. They've gone on the road the past couple weeks. Decent performance in Washington. Didn't have a kicker. Couldn't get the job done. A win in Cleveland against the Browns. And suddenly the Giants come home with a little bit of gas in the tank. Brian Daboll hopes that the fans will be with them for it.
What do you say to your fan base entering this game?
Yeah, I'd say they were. Yeah, no. Again, I would just say that over the last 2 games on the road too, been outstanding support on the road. At Washington, it was outstanding. At Cleveland, there was a lot of people. So, again, our job is to go out there and play and perform well, and love our fans, and hopefully give them something to cheer about.
I mean, I swear I would love to see them win tonight. I mean, I got to be honest with you, because of all I've heard, how you think they were playing the Chiefs the way the media knobs the Cowboys. Like, you think they're playing a team that's, just absolutely impossible to beat, and that they're a dynasty, and that they have no chance whatsoever. We heard yesterday, no chance whatsoever. This game's over. They shouldn't even play it. I've been hearing that all week, that the Giants are awful and the Cowboys are so great. And I think the Cowboys suck. And they have sucked so far this year. They have done nothing. They've done absolutely nothing. They beat the Browns, who have become Cinderella. Like, right? What happened to the Browns? They were a darling last year. And what are they now? They're back to having the career massager as their quarterback. Your boy loves the masseur. It's Captain Masseur and the Brownies. They're back to being their normal selves, where they suck and don't matter. That's who the Cowboys beat. So let's calm down on the Dallas failure in the playoffs Cowboys. They're worse than any team I've seen in the playoffs in the last 30 years. They lose every time they play. And I bet on Green Bay last year. And, I mean, it's every year they go and lose. So the Niners, I bet on them the year before that. Like, it's just, if Dallas has got a game, it don't matter if it's home or road. In fact, I think they'd be better off playing on the road in the playoffs, because they can't win at home.
They probably would at this point. Of course, they have been run over at home the last couple of weeks by the Saints and the Ravens. We talked a little bit yesterday about Micah Parsons, right? How had a lot to say on his podcast. Doesn't have as much to say in the locker room when the reporters are there, Scotty. In fact, he seems like he's in just a flat-out bad mood this week after a couple bad performances by the defense.
Pressure, so good week 1, non-existent week 2 and 3. How do you get it back?
Well, people got to pass the ball, huh? I mean, what did I pass rush 10 times in the last 2 games?
16 attempts, I think, passing attempts.
So it starts with stopping the run then?
I mean, that's pretty blatant. I mean, first game they dropped back 40 times, and 2 and 3, 15 times. Unheard of football, so.
Do you think everybody's gotten the message that's been emanating around here about being professional and following your game plan and your assignment?
I mean, everyone says it, but then again, we got to see what happens on Sunday. Thursday, Thursday.
You don't even know what day it is. My man, look, that face right there is a guy that's screaming, no. There's no one in here that can. I've told you before. How many times have I told you that pro athletes, and now people say I'm crazy, but I'm friends with a lot of these guys. I know them. And they don't care about anything. They don't care about winning. They really don't. All they want is that money. That is it. And none of them will admit it publicly. The only guy, you just don't see anyone stand up and say, I swear to God, I am here for the money. And I don't really give a rat's ass if we win or not. I would, honestly, I'll quit doing this job for a living if someone finally just admits, I'm here for the money. No other reason. I don't even like my teammates. I'm not friends with anybody. I'm here to make money, and I want to get out of here with my legs on, and I want to be able to walk when I'm 65 years old. They don't play to win and for rings. People say I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. They tell me right to my face. How drunk do you have to be to not absorb that they are there for the money? That guy right there is like, there's not one guy in here that cares about winning. That's what that face was right there. And don't tell me I'm not a mind reader. That guy was like, did they get the message? There ain't nobody in here that knows how to play or win or want to win. No one wants to win on that team. They just want the money. And no one likes saying it or hearing it or discussing it. And let me tell you something else. College football now is about money. It ain't about winning. And it certainly isn't about going to class. The days of college athletics of some kid going, when's the last time you heard a game? He's got a 3.7 GPA in business administration. They used to do it every game, Keith Jackson, when I was growing up. And now they don't even talk about college at all, going to school, going to class. Are you kidding me? These guys are driving around in $200,000 cars on campus with hookers sitting in the back seat and blow in the front. Are you kidding me? They're trying to get paid. And I'm right about everything. Wrap it up. Mic drop. Thanks so much for coming.
Here we go. Giants and the Cowboys tonight. We've already heard from some of the particulars. -5.5 at this moment for the Cowboys. 45.5 is the total. We've had some fun with it the last 2 days. I know that the Giants have absolutely no shot here tonight. They've got no chance. I will say I like the over more than anything else here tonight, Scotty. I like that more than a side.
Yeah, I like the neighbors over, whatever it is, 70 and a hook. I like that a lot. And you know what? I mean, what do I have to lose here? I'm so invested in the Giants tonight for reasons of, all the geniuses that I listen to talk about how they have no chance at all. Listen, if Daniel Jones has seemed to me to figure out that on multiple occasions that there's only one choice in their offense and it's neighbors. Let's get real here. They suck unless they throw the ball to him. So if you have to throw the ball to him 15, 20 times a game, and he's that young and that explosive, then do it. Guys, once they, turn 33, 34 years old, they're finished in this league. So when they're 22, 23 years old, I don't want to hear about it. I'd throw the ball to him 15, 20 times tonight and beat the Cowboys. I'll take the Giants and the points.
Yeah, and look, obviously I have lots of numbers for you involving this game. This is what I do to you for every primetime game. I try to give you as many numbers as possible. Underdogs of 6 or more points. Now, I just told you it's 5.5 right now. Some places it's still 6. It's bounced around a little bit. But big dogs in general, 12-1 against the spread so far this year. So that is one thing that we have to keep in mind tonight. Here's one that we don't like.
Glad we got the shot of him when he was fat before he lost 100 pounds. Glad that, we thought today would be a good day to bring back those memories of how fat he was with that picture right there. The guy weighs 120 pounds now.
Daniel Jones in primetime, Scotty. Not pretty. He's 1-13 straight up in primetime games. 0-5 on Thursdays. So Thursdays in primetimes have not been kind to Danny
They
Dimes.
should cancel the game. I mean, this is pretty obvious. There's a Hurricane Farella going on in Florida, and I think because of that, they should cancel the game. And because Daniel Jones is so awful on Thursdays and on primetime games that this game is a waste of time. Why would the NFL have ever scheduled a game between these two teams and rivals in the East tonight of all nights? It's just unbelievable to me. I mean, literally, those numbers right there are so staggering. I think after the show, I'm going to cut my hands off.
One more, of course, you always love the most bet player props for tonight. Giants and Cowboys, the most bet player props. Singletary over 16.5 receiving yards. Rico Dowdle over 9.5 rushing attempts. Daniel Jones over 31.5 rushing yards. Lamb over 80.5 receiving yards. Prescott over 1.5 touchdown passes. Of course, Prescott, Scotty, has owned the Giants and the NFC East over the last few years.
I think Dak will go over. I think CD will go over. I think Neighbors will go over. And I think Daniel Jones will go over in rushing because he's always in such trouble. He has to take off running. And he's pretty damn good at that. He's way better running and getting first downs than he is passing. But now he has a star receiver that gets open. I have never seen, Mike, in a long time, a guy get open the way this guy gets open. His routes are automatic. He's wide open. I mean, he just gets wide open.